Shout out to Mordecai the Jew and our poor mother Esther. Let's take this Purim, right? And bust this Christmas thing in a million pieces. Amos 5 and 21 through 24. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assembly. 22, though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. 23, take thou away from me the noise of thy song, for I will not hear the melody of thy viol. 24, but let judgment run down as water, and righteousness as a mighty stream. Don't celebrate nothing you don't know the original. We don't need no paganism just to be given love. Don't you know that's the way we winded up in the slums? You hate the devil, but it's feast days and power run. Your family round the table paying homage to trick gods. Christmas is Saturnalia, it's for Nimrod. You got the tree up in your house, balanced on all quads. And when you deal with the present, you rockin', you bow when you nod. You've been fooled, you worshiping the idol, detrimental to survival. That's the most high rival. Then you lean on that excuse, talking about this for the kids. Yeshaya ain't about to hear it when he split your wig. Flip the Matthew 10, verse 37 and see. He who loveth thy son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. You want to give a gift? Well, the Father had you covered with the feast of Purim. Why you really got to worship Nimrod? Yeah, switch it over to the most high side. We giving gifts too. We giving gifts. We giving gifts too. It's called Purim. You're feasting the idols, and that's gonna cost you. A tree of your living room, yeah, that's gonna cost you. That silly hat you got on, yeah, that's gonna cost you, yeah. Deuteronomy 32 and 37 through 38. And the highest shall say, where are their gods? They're rocking whom they trust. 38, which did eat the fat of their sacrifice and drank the wine of their offering. Let them rise up and help in your protection. Heathen is the reason for the season. A spiral ham with the hops and greens, and you use pig lard in the pans when you grease them. Then fed the whole family a face for demons. The older men went to smoke crack around the side. Favorite son parked in the front beating on his wife, and the younger men went to go do a drive-by. Kids touching on each other, you can't understand why. It's the time of the year with the most suicides. That possession be like, pluck yourself with this 9. But us Israelites got to wait it out. We fine. End of February, we roll around and we gon' shine. It's time. Gathered in the most high name. He smiling down at his children. He done blessed the whole building. We chillin'. Top of the world is how we feelin'. Celebrating what the Bible support and make mention. Why you really gotta worship Nimrod? We giving gifts too. We giving gifts. We giving gifts too. For real. You're feasting the idols, and that's gonna cost you. A tree of your living room, yeah, that's gonna cost you. That silly hat you got on, yeah, that's gonna cost you, yeah. Yeah, that's gonna cost you. Esther 9 and 19 through 28. Therefore, the Jews of the villages that dwelt in the unwalled town made the 14th day of the month of Adar a day of gladness and feasting, and a good day, and of sending portions one to another. 22 is the days wherein the Jews rested from their enemies, in the month which was turned on to them from sorrow to joy, and from mourning into a good day, that they should make them days of feasting and joy, and of sending portions one to another, and gifts to the poor. 26 through 28. Wherefore they called the name of these days Purim, after the name of Pur. Therefore, for all the words of this letter, and of that which they had seen concerning this matter, and which had come unto them. 27. The Jews ordained and took upon them, and upon their seed, and upon all such as joined themselves unto them, so as it should not fail, that they would keep these 2 days according to their writing, and according to their appointed time every year. 28. And that these days should be remembered and kept throughout every generation, every family, every province, and every city, and that these days of Purim should not fail from among the Jews, nor the memorial of them perish from their seeds. Why you really gotta worship Nimrod? Yeah, switch it on over to the most high side. We giving gifts too. We giving gifts. We giving gifts too. It's called Purim. You're feasting the idols, and that's gonna cost you. Tree of your living room, yeah, that's gonna cost you. That silly hat you got on, yeah, that's gonna cost you, yeah. Yeah, that's gonna cost you. You're feasting the idols, and that's gonna cost you. A tree of your living room, yeah, that's gonna cost you. You got on, yeah, that's gonna cost you, yeah. Yeah, that's gonna cost you. You're feasting the gonna cost you. A tree of your living room, yeah, that's gonna cost. Yeah, that's gonna cost you. You're facing the items, that's gonna cost you. A tree of your living room, yeah, that's gonna cost you. That silly hat you got on, yeah. Shalom, everybody in the body on another late night, right? Anointed, appointed, and still double dipped in that ointment. It's your brother Bronze, coming before the screen one more time on the late night to chop it up, right? So much going on out there. Uh, it got so late, I just still wanted to hit the button, y'all. How y'all doing out there? Ricardo Gonzalez, how you doing, Doc? How we looking? Right? What about you, Mark AZ? How we looking? Right? Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 12. Wisdom is glorious, okay? And never fadeth away. Yea, meaning yes. Double down on the yes, right? She is easily seen of them that love her. Mm, mm, mm. So when they can't see her, it's because they don't care for her, which I said on the Comforter 2 and 3. They don't care to know her. And who is that hurting? Not her, right? It's hurting them. It's hurting yourself. Who wouldn't want love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, and temperance? Who wouldn't want that, right? Who wouldn't want temperance instead of flying off the handle? Who wouldn't want faith? Who wouldn't want goodness? Right? It's a lot of people that don't care for gentleness. See, stuff like that, that's why they're missing the mark. Because they don't want that. They want to be aggressive. But, and hit everything heavy handed, right? But what you gonna do when you old? That's why old people, they can't act out that frustration no more. So they be like, they want to tear up some furniture, but they move like this. So what is that? It's rage. You ever seen that old person or that older person uh with that rage? Right? You ever seen that? It's because they don't have the strength to act out the rage that they would like to act out anymore. Okay? Yikes. Mm, mm, mm. She is easily seen of them that love her. If you love her, you going to see her. And if you see her, how many times can you see her before you actually get to know her and she gets to know you and you guys come together like this? Right? Yes, yes, yes. That's what we want, you know. Uh, one more time. She is easily seen of them that love her. And the last quotation says, uh, and found of such as seek her. So if you seek her, you will find her. She ain't gonna play with you, huh? Hold up, I see y'all struggling. Let me see something. Broke Kanaka, right? Yahawada. Think that's my brother. Who is that? Is that my brother? Stacy Adams? Is that you, Stacy? Let me know. Uh, Shout out to Fran Williams. Shout out to MD the Kid. Right. Shout out to y'all. Daughter of Zion is in the building. Right. Ayoka Lee. Sister Lee is in here. Pray you doing well, Sister Lee. Right. Lasagna White is in here. She ain't missing nothing. Right. She gonna be on deck. Shout out to the family out here. Right. Let me see something. What did I want to grab? I know what I want to grab. Y'all seen that title? I don't got nothing planned, but that's a good place to start, right? Galatians 6 and 7. Let's go on and just read Galatians 6, ain't it? Let's jump around. Let's jump around. Instead of focusing in on one chapter tonight. We could. It ain't no big deal, you know. But I would rather just jump around tonight and hit a lot of subjects. Ain't it? Yes, yes, yes. So we're going to start at Galatians 6 and 7. Right? Matter of fact, let's jump a little bit around there. We're going to go 5 to 8. Right? We're going to go 5 to 7 on that one. We're going to go 11 to 13 on that one. Right? Let's just grab us a few precepts and we're going to read them. On that one, we're going to go 31 to 34. Right? And let's just spend us a little hour or so, you know? I ain't going to keep y'all too late. Forgive me if I do. Right? We're going to pull out these and read them on this subject. Because they played with the Most High for real, did they not, fam? I don't know. And My brother asked a good question tonight. Like, do they really believe? Like, what's up? Like, and that makes a lot of sense. That's a good question, my brother. That's a good question. 'Cause, boy, you don't want to know, right? Let's just keep smiling, waving, and playing nice. Because that ain't on me to bring that out. I told y'all, and I quit saying it because y'all wasn't ready. Y'all didn't believe that this world was that sinister and you couldn't wrap your head around that. So I'm like, man, let me stop before I corrupt somebody for real. Y'all wasn't taking that well. Y'all wasn't able to take that well. So I had to chillax off of that. Right? you know, but yeah, it's real. You know, I'm, I ain't gonna take you no deeper than you want to go, right? I'll take you if you want to go, but if I look in the back seat and you panicking, you falling apart, we gonna have to postpone this trip. Gotta be able to handle it. You gotta have the stomach, okay? You know. So yeah, what does Galatians 6 say around in the 5 verse 5 area, right? For every man shall bear his own burden, you know? Every man, you can't give your work that the Most High gives you can't put it on the next man's shoulder, and he can't put his on you, right? And that's one thing that I noticed. I looked up and I was like, man, what am I doing? You know, we see what everybody else is doing. How effective am I for real? You know, and I asked that question early. And a long time ago, I got to it. No matter what else, no matter what I'm doing, I'm gonna have something that I'm doing that nobody know I'm doing. Right? Every man got to carry his own burden. Verse 6, let him that is taught in the word communicate unto him that teacheth in all good things. Right? So have a relationship while you learn. You got a brother that's showing you this and showing you that, and then you go ask somebody else, right? You know, people do that all the time. Bring me some scriptures. Do this mean this and that? Like, who told you that? Oh, such and such did. Well, why don't you ask him? You know, I got a way that I see scriptures. It might not be the way he's seeing them, right? But I try to stay as close to the book as possible, of course. I don't want to be, dropping my own interpretation, you know, like Second Peter's, you know. But yeah, I mean, people bring some way out stuff, or else they come with another brother's idea and they want me to find it in the scripture. If I hear it and it makes sense, oh yeah, that's this and that, blah blah. I take them to it, you know. But hey, sometimes this stuff be off the wall. Like, hey, you got to go talk to him about that, right? Ask him where he got. Ask him for the scriptures for that, right? Yes, yes, yes. Let him that is taught in the word communicate unto him that teacheth in all good things as him. Right? 7, be not deceived. Don't be fooled, right? When it say be not deceived, that means it's easy to get it twisted. You could be looking at something, right? And think you're seeing one thing, you're really seeing another. Or you're not seeing it fast enough. You don't see that recompense fast enough, so you like, oh, let me do this, because people obviously don't pay for this, right? And that's why you can't have no bad shepherd, because we got bad shepherds right now, right? We got bad shepherds with how they move. If you copy that, fam, you're gonna get punished, okay? And that's why the Most High is like, okay, it's time to bring these cats down, you know. And if you've been paying attention, baby, okay. Only if you've been paying attention, though. Okay. Shout out to my brother Stevie Diamond, right? Another one just jumped off the boat tonight and started swimming. Shout out to our brother. I am not surprised at all. He told you I was getting ready to do it a year ago, right? But he was like, nah, let me sit back and chill. And he waited a year. He waited till now. He didn't seen all he needed to see. And he's just like, okay, I'm denouncing. So shout out to brother Stevie Diamond. Let's give him all the support that he needs. Glory to the Most High. We don't want him to feel that at all, right? But don't be fooled, right? Don't be fooled. Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. Okay? You can't reuse his words on him. If he says something, don't pull up and make fun of that or speak as if it ain't gonna happen. Right? You don't want to do that. Why would you ever? Right? God is not mocked. That means he ain't gonna play with you. Okay? For whosoever a man, whatsoever a man soweth, whatever you putting out, that he shall reap. You shall go back and dig that up, okay? You're going to pay for everything you say and do. Nothing is going undetected, and ain't nobody getting away with nothing. And now, see, I gave certain men more credit than they deserved. I gave them smarter than they were. So when they did what they done, I was just like, oh, right? And I was like, I believe you, Father. I believe you now. I never would have thought that, but he let me show you who. Father's like, let me show you who's utterly retarded, okay? Let me show you who heart ain't for me, who don't care nothing about me. Right? And boy, did he prove that. It was quite easy. But that's what got me straight. I needed to understand that. right? Why am I walking down the street and then and then the cops hit the corner. I'm going, right? I hit the gate, slice my hand wide open on the top of the gate. Right? Take a piece of my shirt, wrap it, keep going. Things like that, hurting myself, trouble. You know what I mean? Like, why is this happening to me? I needed to know why I had such bad luck on certain days. And why every time those things happen to me, I think directly about a day or a situation where I acted up and I knew I was wrong, right? I ain't thought about this thing since it happened. If you've ever listened to Stay in the Spirit That You Pray In, right? I got tired of paying, y'all. And then I said, well, if I get paid bad for bad, then let's test the Most High to his core. Let's see how good he will make it if I am good. If it worked one way, it got to work the other way, right? I'm telling y'all, that's the best thing you can do for yourself, fam. Okay? Try him on the good side. Hit him in his goodness. The whole world is getting punished by him. We see that. Oh, we see the ugliness of the world. You know? So flip that shoe on the other foot and test him with the good, y'all. And oh man, I'm gonna be so good. Oh man, I ain't gonna mess up. I ain't gonna do nothing the Father don't like, right? And you just one day at a time, and then you get one good day, then you able to get two. Then you looking back over a month like, dang, I ain't did nothing, right? I haven't disappointed myself in a while, right? Guess what? You'll see heaven. Ask me how I know. You will see heaven. You will look up. You'll be floating at the sapphire like, whoa, right? There's no limit, fam, to what he will do with you, show you, all of that. Now look at that. Guess what? Remember when Christ said he was going to bring back the comforter? A man has to. I planned for a man to do that. Guess who that man is? Right? The Most High talking to my soul while I'm floating in outer space, right? And then I get back here and I forget it all, you know? But it's something tucked there and it's loaded, right? And it's, I'm waking up day after day after day and I could feel something that happened up there, right? And it's still with me, but I don't know what it is. And he's unfolding it slower and slower, right? And I don't think that's it, y'all. He's gonna show us more things. There's more tucked in that, you know. Uh, and it's for the rest of you too. This ain't no one man thing. This is all of us, right? Luke 7:35 says she is justified by her children. Okay, I'm only one. So y'all raise up, and y'all crawl into your 9, and let's see what you gonna do with the Holy Spirit in here, right? In your divine 9, with your divine 9 in line, right? And intertwined with your mind, ain't it? Yes, yes, yes. You know, and guess what? All of them people that you looked up to that shunned you and played with you ain't even involved. He ain't even counting it. He ain't even doing nothing with them, right? And what do he say? The humble shall be exalted, y'all. And the exalted mm, coming down, right? The mountain shall be brought down to the valley. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. They jumped the gun early, premature, right? Oh, and they grandized themselves. They did that for themselves, y'all. Right? He didn't set he didn't set them up, or else they wouldn't have been a disaster. They wouldn't have hurt more people than they helped, right? Yes, yes, yes. Uh, let me see. Let's get that verse 7 again. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. Don't play with him, right? For whatsoever a man sow, that he shall reap, right? So I wanted to see that on the other side. You know, if I'm always getting punished for being bad, what'll happen if I'm just good, 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 right? And man, I don't think that's the end of it. You know, I think it's more. I think it's more to come. So y'all test him in that way. Test him on that good side. Start reaping that good, right? Verse 8: For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, right? But he that soweth to the spirit, Jack, right, shall of the spirit reap life everlasting. It's easy to do too. Back in the days, it might have been hard to top everybody who was doing their thing in the land, right? It might have been difficult back then. Right now, it didn't take much work, right? I hop, skip, jumped up on top of everything, you know? And I was a regular brother. I wasn't nobody, still ain't, you know? But it was ringing out there, you know? So any of us can do that, fam. Any of us. You don't need no title to do that. You don't need nothing. You don't need no credentials. You don't need nothing. Get with the most high, bow your head, join your head with the most high, and do a wonderful thing in this last day, right? 2 Corinthians 9 and 5 through 7. Let's go there. 2 Corinthians 9 and 5 through 7. And we just gonna chill a little bit and just chop it up and just look at some scripture, you know what I'm saying? Look at a little bit of book, and just have a late night, no cap, you know what I'm saying? Little conversation, right? This is a revolution, Azariah. You got that right. Oh, we are revolting. We ain't taking what they've been trying to give us. We shoving that back in their face and saying, nah, this ain't cooked right. Right? Nah. This spirituality right here is not done, sir. Right? This is half baked right here. I need this done right. I need this stir fried correctly. Right? You've helped me a lot. Not me. Don't be blaming that on me. Right? He the one loved you. Right? I do my best to try to reciprocate his same love. I didn't do nothing, right? You know, he does it all. Yes, he is. He is good, right? Who is that? Amani James. Amani James. I know an Amani. What's your dad name? What's your mom and dad name? Don't get in trouble. Don't get in trouble, fam. You know, because I don't know. Oh, okay. All praises. Okay. That ain't who I thought it was. You know, because you got some parents that might not be ready to break off yet, but if, you know, if the wrong people catch you over here, baby, yikes. You know, but I ain't with the hiding no more anyway. Hiding from them. Come on out. You know, stand up and represent. You know, because Christ wasn't hiding when it was time to get on that cross for us. You know, represented strongly in these men's face, right? Uh, much love, though. I love you, though, fam. And the Most High is good, and I appreciate the gesture, but I'm not trying to take none of the Father's credit. You know, He did that. He did it for all of us, right? Let's all of us point it there. You know, I'm nothing. I'm a hunk of flesh, right? All praises to the Most High. You know I love you. You know, let's continue forward serving Him, right? Pray for me though. You know, pray for us. Pray for Mama's children in this last day that we seal this earth up. You know, the way we supposed to, real nice and tight, so that Christ could come and do the rest. Shut this thing down. You know, Anthony Hustler, Shalom, Shalom, fam. Right, Sister Delise is in the building. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. My sister ain't missing nothing, right? Gabar is up in here. Shalom, Gabar. I pray you are doing well, my brother, right? Charles Freeman, good to see you, my brother. Glad you made it. Glad you made it over here, ain't it? Yes, yes, yes. Donald Prince. Oh, we in here. I'm seeing some names I ain't never seen, right? Michael D. Sales. Shalom, bro, Bron. Shalom, shalom to you, my brother. Right? I greet you in peace, like a true brew is supposed to do. Right? Let's get that Second Corinthians chapter 9. Right? We're at verse 5. Meet me there. Therefore, I thought it necessary to exhort the brethren. What is it to exhort? It's to teach, and it's to use many styles of teaching. Some of them are rough, some of them are medium, some of them are light, right? You're not going to give up. You're going to go through the motions in order to teach. That's what it is to exhort, right? Get out here. I'm ready to do whatever y'all want to do, right? You might steal on me. Bam, right? Oh, Okay. All right. Wrestle you down. Keep on talking. I'm talking to you like this now. You can't move. Got you all some kind of hold, right? That's exhortation, right? Let you go. Uh, you know? And now we calm again. And now we hugging and stuff. Shedding tears. You know what I'm saying? I love you too, Hawk. Right? That's exhortation right there. You going through it all. And that's what we're called to do. You know? Not on my part. You know me, I would rather stay calm, cool, and gentle through it all. But hey, if you fire on me, then I'm gonna finish my sentence, but I'm gonna try to wrestle you down first. Right? Sometimes you're gonna get mad at me. I love you the same, you know? But you mad and now you running and now you looking at my number ring. I ain't wanna talk to him, right? you know? That's exhortation right there. Multiple personalities, trying to reach the same goal. That they would go before you and make up beforehand your bounty, right? Whereof ye had noticed before, that the same might be ready. As a matter of bounty, and not as of covetousness, right? What you owe, or what is owed to you, but not what you saw somebody else have that you don't deserve, and you just want it because you want it. Let's break it down by spot. Therefore, I thought it necessary to exhort the brethren, right? To teach the brethren through all kind of ups and downs, right? That they would go before unto you, right? So that somebody would come to you. People that came from him. So he went through all of that exhortation to send them to you. And then boom, they finally go, right? And make up beforehand your bounty. Because you owe. You're in debt, right? But when they go, they're gonna, John 8:32, right? The truth gonna set you free. They're gonna free you from your bounty, right? It's telling us a story. Let's let it keep unfolding. Whereof, or wherefore, therefore, is what whereof is. Ye had noticed before, right? So this came to your recollection before, right? That the same might be ready, right? As a matter of bounty, right? So you owe something, and it's ready, right? It's ready for you to recognize it. It's time for you to see your sins, right? And not as of covetous, right? Not because of what you see other people have, but for your own stuff, y'all. Is that why you got into this? Because you was worried about other people or yourself? Because a lot of people did that. It's a lot. I've said this before. It's a lot of reasons why people came into this truth. And for a lot of people, they wasn't thinking about their own internal soul, right? And that's why the scripture had to tell us to work out our own salvation, right? Uh that is Philippians chapter 2 and verse 12, right? Philippians 2 and 12. And it says, wherefore, my brethren, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, right? Much more in his absence, do what? Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, right? So, the same way you always listened while I was here, don't only do that while I'm looking, because I'm finna go. And when I leave, do that in my absence. What do he want them to do in his absence? Work out your own salvation with trembling and fear, right? So that's the same thing this is saying, right? As a matter of bounty, right? Jump in this because you owe. Don't jump in this, right? And not as what? And not as covetousness. So don't jump in it because you see everything else going on out there. Nah, you better get in here for your own soul, right? 6, but this I say, he which soweth sparingly shall also reap sparingly. So when you jump in it for your own soul, guess what? If you only put a little bit in it, you're only going to get a little bit out. And what's the last spot? And he which soweth bountifully shall reap also bountifully. So if you sow a lot, you're going to take a lot out of it. So when you read in this book, fam, and you read in your Bible, right? Know that you are reading the book, that there is no limit. You can leave, fam. I left, okay? I was gone, and I knew I was gone. And I knew that the earth was far, far away, right? And I didn't never think I was going to see earth again, right? And then I looked up and I was here. I looked up and I was back. And then guess what? I went again. And I was back out there again. And I was saying to myself, man, I'm back again. I went back once and now I'm here again. Like I'm for sure gone this time, right? I'm gone for sure this time. I'm not going back this time for sure, right? And then boom, I did it. I woke up again. I was like, man. So that had me like, I was like messed up, y'all. It took me a couple months to say, okay, I think he gonna let me stay, right? You know. But man, if you sow sparingly, you're gonna reap sparingly. What sparingly? I sowed the seed here, and then I walked. And then I sowed another seed, and then I walked. And then I sowed the third seed, right? So over all of this land, I'm only picking a few things that I planted, right? You could see them like one here, one over there, half a block away this way, one another 2 blocks that right. Nah, that ain't the way you want to sow. And we talking, man, it's always vineyard talk, ain't it? Every time they giving us a parable, ain't it? Y'all see that? Planting something and growing, right? Vineyard talk constantly. This whole book, man. But that ain't the way you want to sow, right? You want a whole row. Bink, 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 bink. Then you want to step up one and do it again. Bink, 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 right? So when that start growing, oh, you got a field, right? Instead of a plant here, and then the plant half a block away, right? Another plant 30 meters up, right? Like yikes. That's sowing sparingly. You want to you want rows, right? You want that joint like that picture I be showing. You know, rows, rows in your vineyard, right? Bountifully is what that's called. Verse 7, every man according as he purpose, right, in his heart. You know? So let your heart lead. Don't hurt yourself and don't guilt trip yourself either, you know? Because if you do too poor of a job, you're gonna regret it and all that, right? And be looking back mad, like, man, you know, I could have did a better job than that. You don't want to regret your work, right? Every man according as he purpose in his heart. So let him give. So give then. Give with all your might, but what? Not grudgingly. If it's gonna hurt you, don't do it, right? Because you want to keep doing it. You don't want to do it so painfully that you stop, right? Do just enough for yourself, you know, or of necessity. Don't give your last. Necessity is your last, what's necessary for you, right? But guess what? If you gave your last, yikes, and you like to give your last, then you're lining up with the last quotation. Listen, for God loveth for cheerful giver. He love it when you give him cheerfully. He hate when you give and it's a burden. Let it fly, right? But give enough for you to be able to give it cheerfully, because if it ain't cheerful, it don't count. He ain't gonna count it, right? But you know, that applies to everything, not only your charity. You see, whatever you give is charity. But this world is so sensitive that all it hears when it hears the word charity is somebody giving away some money. And it's not, no. It's anything you could give, right? Anything you can Nathan, right? You can give a lot of things, and whatever you give it cheerfully, right? Whatever effort you put forth, in whatever hand you put your plow to, or whatever plow you put your hand to, Salaki, right? Hosea 10. That's where we're going next. Hosea, however you choose to say it, right? In some places he is called Hosea. In other places he is called OC, right? He has quite a few names, that Hosea, Hoshea, right? Yes, yes, yes. We're going to meet there. Hosea 10 at verse 11. Right? Verse 11. And it says, in Ephraim, right, is as a heifer that is taught, is as a female cow, right, that is taught, and loveth to tread out corn, right? But I passed over upon her fair neck. I will make Ephraim to ride, right? Judah shall plow, come on, and Jacob shall break his clods, right? Wow. Did you guys just hear that? Mm-mm-mm. Right? Whoa. I never wrapped my head around that right there. Yikes. Wait till we break that down, right? Verse 12. Sow to yourselves in righteousness, right? Reap in mercy. If you sow in righteousness, you reap in mercy. Break up your fallow ground, right? Oh man, what is that talking about, y'all? Right? Oh man, wait. Wait till we go back through here, y'all. You know? Next spot. For it is time to seek the Lord till he come and rain righteousness upon you. We sought him, but have you sought him to the point he reaped, right? Till he came and rained righteousness upon you. Have you sought him like that? Some of you have. Others, get on it. Make him show you something. I did a conversation that we had back there. It's called Make the Most High Stop Playing with You. Because if you play with him, baby, okay, he's gonna play with you. I did that one too. Go even further back. You're gonna see another one that says, if you play with God, the Most High, or higher, he's gonna play with you. Right? You did that one. 13. Ye have plowed wickedness. Ye have reaped iniquity. Ye have eaten the fruit of lies. Oh, man. Because thou didst trust in thy way, in the multitude of thy mighty men. Ooh, I got faces flashing. They play with the Most High, and man, they gotta sit, they gotta pull up a chair to the table and have a feast with that. You gotta eat your words. You gotta eat your own trespasses. It's a lot of brothers eating a lot of stuff out there today. Right? Eating cat crap with a knitting needle, ain't it? Man, how long would you have to sit over garbage, over crap, right? And smell it and deal with it, right? With a knitting needle? Oh man, that means you're just living in the poop. But guess what? It's your poop though. You put yourself in that situation, ain't it? Yikes. Why? Why do this to yourself? Just fly right. Just fly right, man. Now let's go back and break this down by spot. Right? Yeah, dung. Like Ezekiel, like the book of Ezekiel, when he punished them and made them eat their own dung balls. Try that today. Try that today with this diet, boy. You fall over on the first on the first little dung ball. You just gonna do that, This stuff is so toxic. But they was eating a diet back then, right? That enabled them to be able to do that and survive. Right? Hosea 10 and 11 through 13. Let's break it down by spot. And Ephraim, oh man, this is so cold right here. When I read this through here, this thing was cold. Hold on. And Ephraim, right? Who was the northern tribe, right? It's not just the Puerto Ricans alone. They are the lead, they are the head, and that is the name of their personal tribe. But sometimes reading the Bible and you see Ephraim or Judah, it's talking about the whole northern or southern tribes, right? So here it says Ephraim and Judah, so that's talking about northern and southern kingdom. It's talking about the whole north and south kingdom, right? And Ephraim is a heifer, okay? A cow that is what? That is taught. Taught to do what? And loveth to tread out corn. They love to learn. And when they learn, oh, they go produce mass, right? Whoo, whoo, they got corn everywhere. They treading out corn, right? And that's what your heifers did. The oxen and stuff, right? They tread the corn out. Okay? Now Ephraim, they love to do that and produce, right? And they do, fam. If you look at them, nobody calls them lazy. They call the Southern Kingdom, they be calling us lazy and stuff, you know? They'll never say that about them northern tribes. Okay? They work hard. They are known for working. You look at them in their countries and they know how to build. They squatting around, you know, they jumping and climbing, they build houses with their bare hands and you know, j- jungle jungle trash, and they'll build a house out of that, right? In mud, right? You ever seen one of them do that? Build a whole house, make a whole front yard in the meadow and everything, and have water squirting through it, and you know what I'm saying? One little bitty man, you know, 5'5" and 100 pounds, and he hopping around, climbing, and you know, until he got a house, and you know, this stuff spurting water out where he goes and washes his face and stuff, you know, a little pond. I'm like, man, you know, that's Ephraim, that's all of them. If it's a Puerto Rican, if it's a Mexican, if it's a Dominican, if it's a Cuban, right? Neptali is on that side. The Guamanians, right? The Samoans, the Hawaiians, right? Who am I leaving off of? I'm leaving one out. Who is that? Did I say Guamanians already? Right? The right? The Chamaritas. Right? Shout out to my Guamanian sisters out there. Right? Uh I will make Ephraim. Wait a minute. I jumped the quotation. Let's go back one. But I passed over her fair neck, right? as she was treading out that corn, I passed over that area. Fair means it is good looking, right? The neck, what? Her neck of the woods. I went through there. And he said, I will make Ephraim to ride. And that's why they got it easier. They can do what they want to do, okay? And be accepted in the world. Any one of them northern tribes, okay? If you trim your hair down low, they don't like when your hair is long. You know, when you slick it back, they don't like that. They be calling you grease monkeys and you know what I'm saying? They be tripping like that. But you get yourself a little short haircut, put on the tie, put on a nice shirt, and go over there and talk like they got some sense. Talk like you got some sense. They'll give you a job and stuff. Yeah, come on in here. Come on in here, Jose. Right? They'll give you a job. They'll look out for you and all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the way you play it. Us, we be having it hard, right? We got it a little bit harder. They don't want to see us at their door. Get out of here, right? We got it a little bit harder, you know? And that's him making Ephraim the ride. They got an easy ride. They could ride, right? Or they have a choice. If you make it hard for yourself, you know, you can mess it up too. And it starts when you're young. And most of us don't know what we're doing when we're young. You know, we got to get to where we should be graduating from college and say, wait a minute, I might have messed my life up, right? But yeah, it's some of them ain't never knew no struggle. And some of them come with blue eyes and blonde hair, right? And if they know how to act white enough, you know, they fit right in, right? And that's why they be wanting to know your parents on that side. You know, who are you? Where'd you come from? They want to see your mama and daddy because it is a possibility some Spanish person might pop out, right? Like, okay, I seen his mom and dad. Who are you? Where you come from? They want to know, you know. They want to know those things. You can't just pop up as yourself and have them trust you, you know. But some of them can, you know. You pop up by yourself. You got that hair in them eyes. You might could fool some of them, you know. But they got a ride. They ain't in no captivity. All of them have a home that they can go to. Puerto Ricans can go home to Puerto Rico. Mexicans can go back to Mexico, right? It's right over the border. You could catch it on the San Diego side, or you could catch it on the Texas side, right? And take yourself right back down into Mexico. You have a whole country there. The president looks like you, right? And everybody everywhere looks like you. The Congress looks like you. The police looks like you. They a little crooked though. Be careful with them police in Mexico. They do not play. You will be on the back of a milk carton, okay? You know, man, once they lock you up, they don't gotta let you out. If nobody knows where you are, you might, boy, you may never come out of there, right? But yeah, you can get it. They got a little easier. They got an easier of a ride, you know. But Judah, right? that Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, right? With that dark brown skin and that hair like wool. Oh man, kill them, right? Unalive them. The plot is serious, right? So Judah shall plow. That's us plowing. Judah shall work, right? We shall work and shall break the clods. What is clods? Big pieces of dirt, right? You know? Uh, so Ephraim done the work, you know? They love doing the work. They enjoy working, right? But we worked and we hated it. Why? Because they didn't pay us. You see that? But we broke the clods. The work that we did, it broke up, you know, it broke up opportunities. It opened up opportunities that, we as Jacob wouldn't have had, right? So uh Judah is plowing. Judah is they doing the hard work, right? And that's why Judah is whom the brethren shall praise. You know, Ephraim shall ride. They got an easy ride because Judah gonna plow, and that's why Judah is him who the brethren shall praise, because we gonna make them bow down. The system that's hurting us all is Judah that's gonna bring it down, right? And Jacob shall break his clods. 12. Sow to yourselves in righteousness. Come out of all of that junk that they gave y'all, is what that means. Because they going to have us gang banging, dealing with the drugs, and dealing with crime, and robbing and stealing. Don't do that. Come up out of that. If you want to win as an Israelite, come up out of that stuff that they're gonna make sure we're doing in these last days. It's on purpose that they had us wind up with that and made that available to us, right? Get out of my workforce, get out of my school, but guess what? I'm gonna put a crate of guns on your train tracks, right? And I'm gonna send Freeway Rick, right, in the town and show y'all how to rock up your cocaine, right? They gave us that. They gave us guns and drugs. They made everything else next to impossible for us. That ain't, by accident, right? That's systemic, right? So sow to yourselves righteousness. It's a precept of the other joint, right? That's telling us to sow sparingly, reap sparingly. Sow bountifully, gonna reap bountifully. Guess what? This applies to righteousness too. And that's what I was telling you earlier, right? When we was back in Galatians 6 and 5 through 8, right? This goes with anything, whatever you put in, that's what you're going to get out. The more serious you take it, the more serious it's going to take you, right? And the more you're going to be willing to learn, the more it's going to teach. So stop playing with the Most High in this last day. It's a lot of y'all, you barely got your little toe in the water, right? And you've had your toe in the water for the past 15 years, right? Don't play. Go on ahead and for the sake of you having your toe in there that long, don't dip a foot. Just go ahead and just dive. Just dive head first in there, right? Because we already wasted enough time. Aman, we in the last days. I said it on the last time we spoke, right? Whatever you want to do, now is the time to do it. Whatever you know how to do, however you know how to use your hands, take it and show it to the world, right? Show it to the world, and guess what it's gonna do? It's going to spark conversation. And that's when you hit them with them 9, right? You just ask them, how you feel about the fruit of the Spirit? The fruit of the who? Fruit of the Spirit, the Holy Spirit. Mama, mama, what? Don't be scared. Let them think you crazy. Because guess what? They're going to leave you and then they'll go hear it somewhere else. They're going to run into another one of our brethren. How do you feel about the Holy Spirit? You know, I had a dude approach me and tell me something about some Holy Spirit before. Tell me more about that. Yeah. The 9 fruits. He said the 9 fruits too. Tell me more about these 9 fruits. What are they? They are love, joy, peace, right? Y'all know the rundown and the spiel. Make sure y'all know how to run down all 9 and go out in that world and wear them out, okay? Love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, and temperance. Learn how to break down your 9. And that's what we gonna do. We just gonna make it redundant out there. And you know what you'll be doing? You'll be doing Luke 7 and 35. You will be one of mama's children justifying her. Okay? Don't be scared. Just let it fly. Right? What Moses say? Moses said, but I don't know what to say. Father said, just start talking. I'll put in you what to say. Okay? So just engage that conversation. Your heart gonna be beating, you're gonna be nervous, but watch how she flow. Watch how she flow. No expectations. You're not expecting nothing to come out of this. You just want them to hear your words, right? It might be a year before they hear it again. It might be 2 years. But they're going to remember, hey, I had a dude stop me and talk to me about that before. And that's what we're going to do. And as we multiply, hey, it's only a few big cities, fam. It's only a few of them. This world is not big as we think. We don't take this thing over, okay? Get out there and start talking your 9, right? Get out there and start putting mama in the air. She is wind. So if you put her in the wind, she gonna go. And she's gonna reach the ears that she wants to reach. But you gotta put her in the air first. Guess what? She's feeling wherever you at. She's coming out of your speakers and she's filling your room. Right? And that's what's happening. I am is listening and she's filling their atmosphere and they're becoming her child. So now you see us repping out there. We ain't doing nothing but growing out there, right? And everybody is jumping off the ship and the boat and all that, right? Keep listening, because you are her child. It ain't no accident. She been chose you. Chose you a long time ago, right? But that's sowing to yourself in righteousness, ain't it? Yes, yes, yes. Uh. Reap in mercy. You sow in righteousness, you reap in mercy. What mercy? What is that mercy? It's everything. Everything is in that mercy. That's the Father's forgiveness, y'all. That's the Father looking at you without all the curses that He's looking at the earth with, right? Because He's very angry with the earth. And that's why everybody has something to complain about. They have something that ain't going their way. They have some childhood trauma that won't ungrip them, right? But guess what? When the Father forgives you and you reap in mercy, you ain't worried about that no more. So when I see these people tripping over these childhood traumas and stuff like that, I know they ain't hit it real good and strong uh, and made the Father proud of them yet. They haven't. Because He does what? Psalm 119, 165. He's going to bring you to peace when you please Him, when you care about His law. And what is it to care about His law? You care about rolling over on Him and your fellow brothers and sisters. Right? That's what it is. You know, you might not see no difference if you just want to wear some fringes just to wear them. Right? And you stop eating pork. Why? Because you worried about the whole law? No. More like you worried about it disgusts you. Right? When we learn about a pig, that's cold turkey, ain't it? I'm done. I'm never touching that garbage again, right? Why? Because it turns your stomach. Ugh, right? I ain't eating that. But guess what? There's other sins that you'll accept, right? A beautiful woman that you want to run off on your wife with, that's cool. That's not pork right there, huh? No, that ain't no pork right there. You know, meet me on around over there, right? Yeah. So guess what? If you accept the sins that you want to accept, He's gonna throw other ones on you that you're not gonna accept, right? They're gonna be a pain in your behind. So we want to reap that mercy. We don't want to reap His bad side. We doing enough of that, ain't we? Man, we done enough of this punishment. You know, you might even feel like life is good. But if you ain't cartwheeling down the sidewalk every day, then you can use, right? You could use some joy, okay? You might think life is grand. But if you ain't cartwheeling down the sidewalk, baby, you got happier to get, you know? Why not? Why not witness it? And that's what I was talking about. I needed to see Him on the other side. I needed to stop with the stitches, right? In the bad days, in the hard nights, in the sore body parts, right? Looking down at a stitched up piece of flesh that's all blue and purple and green. You know how you get that discoloration in your wound, right? Been through it, y'all. So I needed to see that other side. And boy, did I see it. Boy, did I see it, y'all. Yikes. And that's what we want to see. That's what we want to witness. That's what we want to draw out of our Father. And He got it for you all day long. All day long, He got it for you, right? And it starts with the Sabbath. There's always a Sabbath close, ain't it? It's tomorrow night. This time tomorrow, we'll be on. Man, stay in your house, don't do nothing, don't go nowhere. Take multiple naps, pull out your book multiple times and read it. Oh, He will be happy, right? Don't go in your kitchen and slave over your stove till you got to do this. Ugh. When you do that, you just broke the Sabbath, right? If you could go in the kitchen, whip something up real quick, no more than 10, 15 minutes and get out of there, he ain't tripping off of that. But if you go in there and you got 2, 3 pots going and they're steaming and it's getting hot, and then you gotta, you just broke the Sabbath, buddy. You're slaving over the stove. You're breaking the sweat, right? You're gonna sit down, feeling like you just what? Got off work, right? You just worked on the Sabbath, right? And then you're gonna eat this big old meal, right? And then you're gonna be like, man, I don't want to do nothing. I don't feel like reading nothing, right? I'm gonna knock out. And then you're gonna knock out, and that's gonna be some good rest. But you could have did it better. You could have did it better, you know? And that's cool, you know? That's cool. But if you want to get the big rewards now, that's what this is about. If you want to for real, if you want to make the Father show you something in these last days, then, give Him all you got, sow bountifully so you can reap bountifully, right? Sow to yourselves in righteousness and reap in mercy, right? Break up the fallow ground, con, for it is a time, uh, to seek the Lord, right? It is time to seek Him right now, like never before. It was too early before. This is talking to us right now, right here, today. What is the fallow ground? Fallow ground is unsown, It's the ground that everybody avoids, right? And man, that's what I did. That's what I did, y'all. That's how I picked that lock. Because I knew I was doing that too. It was a spirit on me like, man, the Father ain't seen what you doing in a long time, right? I knew that. I had a thought like that, Stuff would jump on me and tell me that, like, man, this thing that you doing, buddy, it's not every day, right? And oh man, when I talk like that, it make people so mad. But it's like, man, it can't do nothing if I keep it to myself, right? No, we supposed to encourage the brethren to do this too, right? This is my testimony. I witnessed this. I went through this. They want me to just leave y'all just, hella fighting with every day nothing, you know. Still trying to get what? Your emotions in line. Nah, beyond getting your emotions in line, it's so much more out there for Him to show you and release you from. And this little time that you spending in this earth, you could be spending it a whole nother way, fam. and him showing you some beautiful ancient things, right? Ancient things and things to come, right? All of it, you know. And what is that? Fallow ground, y'all. Everybody is looking over there like when they plowing, they look over there and they like, I'm not going over there. And everybody is doing this, right? Everybody is doing this. It's a common thing to look over there and just say, no, I'm not going over there. That looked too difficult, right? He's saying, no, go hard. Hit the good stuff, right? Yes, yes, yes. Hit the stuff nobody want to hit, right? For it is a time, or for Salakia, for it is time to seek the Lord. Seek him, seek after him. It's a whole bunch of stuff in the world to be distracted by, ain't it? Well, guess what? Seek the Father. And what is he going to do? Guess what he going to do? Let's read this last quotation. It says, till he come and rain righteousness upon you. Now let's put that in context. Rain. Okay? It's not the REIGN, okay? It's not that. The reign supreme, right? It's not that. It's RAIN. Thunder, boom, boom, bah, bah, right? And heavy rain down righteous. What do you think that is? If righteous rain down on you like that, that means it's going to ravish your life, family. Ask me how I know. It did that, okay? It did that to me. I know how that feels. My whole life is righteous in that aspect, right? I couldn't watch no bull. I couldn't listen to no hard music. I couldn't write. I was real sensitive to everything, you know? Because righteousness was just raining down in my life. From the moment I opened my eyes to the moment I went to sleep, it was scriptures, okay? It was book, chapter, and verse rolling. Everything was Bible, 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 right? Everywhere I went, I was ravished. Everywhere I was at, talking about the book. Everywhere, you know? I've calmed down a little bit now. But I got some years in there that was like, man, them teen years, okay? 2013 through 19 was action packed and hectic in the word, right? It slowed down a little bit when the music slowed down, you know? I was putting them songs together so fast. I know they long songs, but man, they was flowing out. They was pouring out, right? You know, rain righteousness upon, make the Father reign. Oh my goodness. Can't nothing touch you when you're walking around like that, right? And boy, a good 17 years, just blink of an eye, right? He made me not feel time anymore. I used to go sit in a doctor's office somewhere or something before he hit me like that. Oh man, how long has it been? Gotta been 30 minutes, right? I look at the clock again. It ain't been but 4-5 minutes. Dang, hurry up, man. Man, I can't wait to get bust out of this doctor's office, and right? And you know they're gonna make you wait 35 minutes, right? When 4 or 5 minutes feel like that. Now, see, when I was in this spirit, after that righteousness had rained down, oh, oh, you calling me already? How long have I been sitting here? 30 minutes, 35 minutes? Dang, that felt like 5 minutes, right? Everything just got easier, right? Work. Work was easy, you know? Oh, see somebody needs something, jump in there, working it out, break a sweat, you know? Somebody standing back like, you didn't have to do this, sir. I can't believe you doing this for me. Oh, you're working so hard, sir. Oh, this ain't nothing. This right here. Oh, this ain't nothing. Right? Didn't even feel, you don't even feel work. Okay. Oh, you know why? Because it ain't work. It ain't work no more. It's just a part of existing in a wonderful spirit, though. Right? Yes, yes, yes. Verse 13, ye have plowed wickedness. Okay, so we have worked wickedness though. So that's why we're stuck on that side. You see that? Ye have reaped iniquity, right? You have plowed witness, you have plowed wickedness, and you have reaped iniquity. You have reaped sin. Now you know it's sin. So when you plowed the wickedness, that was when you first did sin. Now, when you reap iniquity, you got back sin that you know it's a sin, but you're still going to do it. Now, you see how that's playing itself out on that side? Oh, man. What comes with that? Ye have eaten the fruit of lies. So you're lying to people. People are lying to you. You're in a world of lies. Nobody's telling the truth, right? Everybody's hurting everybody is what that means. And that's a chaotic world, right? Man, to have to exist in. Yikes. It's a cursed world, right? It's a world that you hate. It's a world where nobody has patience, right? It's a world where nobody has long suffering or temperance or any of that, right? And this is the world when we get on our nine, right? This is the world that we're changing for ourselves. So you see why we start getting the nine back. We start giving the nine out and we start receiving the nine back. And then this right here ain't talking about us no more. You have hit levels, right? Next quotation. Because thou didst trust in the way, in the path, right? What do paths do? They take you somewhere. So when you look up, you're going to love where you're at. You're going to love what your life has become, right? Because you're on a trail. What do trails have? A destination, right? Where? In the multitude of mighty men. Now, he just promised us that. So we're going to be in the multitude of mighty men one day if we keep doing this. We keep pulling up here and getting these conversations, right? Man, we about ready to come together now. Everywhere. Everywhere. Okay? I'm not just talking about in a few places, you know? But y'all will let me know because y'all going to start hitting that Plant Vineyards 144. Right? We finna do a Passover this year. We're doing Passover right now, fam. Right? So Southern California, link in for that. Right? We're doing it. Boom. Y'all link in. Y'all could do one where you're at. Everybody who don't have nowhere to go for Passover, you got somewhere to go now. I promise, if you give me an email address, I will give you a physical address to go pull up at, okay? And it don't matter where you are. That's how we spread it out. That's how we doing it. You got brethren in your area. Believe that. Y'all just need to come together, right? Yes, yes, yes. You know? But you'll be in the multitude of these are the mighty men. These are the mighty men. Okay? Ask Christ. Okay? Job chapter 4 is where we're going next. Job chapter 4. Right? I'm going to start at verse 7. Job 4 and 7. We've been on an hour and 40 minutes. Let's go 2 hours and then turn it in to 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Right? How is this pertaining to our golden chapter? Right? I wonder how. Let's see. Let's see if we could tie any of this into our chapter. Right? Job 4 and 7 says, remember, I pray thee, call this to your mind, I beg you. Whoever perished, being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? Right? Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness, they reap the same. 9, by the blast of God they perish. Yikes. And by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed. Woo! Right? Let's break it down by spot. Remember, call to your mind, I pray thee. I pray, right? I have bowed and faced the east and prayed that you guys remember. To do what? Whoever perished, right? Being innocent. If an innocent person died, right? Or where were the righteous cut off? If they were cut off, right? 8, even as I have seen they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. So what he just said in all of those plethora of words is that he sees the righteous and he sees the wicked, and both of them are dying, right? And he's asking, like, what's the difference? The righteous die, the wicked die, right? I've seen the wicked plow, and they both reap the same. They both get cut off, and they both perish, right? But guess what? Verse 9, by the blast of God they perish. Poof, both of them, right? And by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed. He's looking at this from this side of the world, right? He's not seeing the other side or the turn of the dust, right? And this is Job. And we know what Job went through. So Job went through a time where he was very depressed, right? He was very depressed and he was talking crazy. And he was real sad and down on himself. And he was drawing out all of the negatives of life because he was going through it at the time, right? So this is him saying that, you know, uh, I see both the wicked and the righteous reaping the same fate. From this side, he can't see that other side where the wicked have their place, the righteous have their place, right? Where is this in our chapter? The whole chapter. Because if you're righteous, you're showing the proper charity according to our chapter, right? And you're doing it right. You're doing it the right way to where your charity counts. Because we see their charity not counting, right? They're doing good and it ain't counting. So if you do your charity right, you're going to see properly what's on the other side of that death for you, right? So he was in the struggle. This stuff hasn't been revealed yet, right? First Corinthians chapter 13 hadn't been revealed. So he don't know, right? He's lacking this knowledge. And he's down on himself and he's tripping, right? But by the blast of God, they perish, you know? And by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed. They're wrapped up and they're taken down, right? What is that? All the things you're doing, it shall profit you nothing, right? Romans 2 and 6, we're going to go to next. Romans 2 and 6. Right? So, you know, First Corinthians chapter 13 is how to not perish. Definitely pertains. Definitely pertains to this Job 4 and 7 right here. Right? Because what he say, whoever perished, being innocent, right? And where were the righteous cut off? Right? They were cut off just like the wicked, according to his eyes. So what First Corinthians chapter 13 reveals is, where was your charity at? How was your charity? And what pedigree of charity was it? Because that's what's going to save you, right? So Romans 2 and 6 says, who will render to every man according to his deeds? We know that's the Most High. He's going to pay you what you deserve, right? What is the real fruit? That you wake up some Israelite that's still going to lack his 9? No. You're going to reap corruption to yourself, right? The fruit is only good as the tree. You shall know the tree by its fruit, right? So the people who you're teaching, look how they're running around, you know. It don't matter if you got a brother standing there in two boots. So what, right? What is his life proving to the earth? What is he showing the world, right? What are they going to say about him after he give up the ghost, right? Did he help people or did he just serve himself? Did he always have a personal motive for everything he did? Or does he have any selfless acts? What kind of fruit are you producing? Or was they running around being mean and hurting folks' feelings and busting up and breaking faith, right? And all of this type activity. Because brothers want all the credit in the world, but they're producing bad fruit, right? They're producing bad fruit. You don't get no propers for producing bad fruit, for producing troublemakers, right? You're going to get paid according to that. The father going to blame all of that trouble they caused. He's going to blame that on you. You see that? You're going to have all of that riding on your tab. Why? Because you taught them that. And you failed to talk you failed to teach them what matters, right? So that you got some wholesome brews running around out there, right? Doing good works. And that's why he needed to raise us. Because we out here spreading the Holy Spirit, right? Spreading the divine nine, ain't it? Spreading temperance out there, right? Man, everybody gonna have good words to say about us. Watch how they gonna start talking about your family if they ain't already doing it. They're gonna be admitting, hey man, this guy's spirit is nice. I don't know why I'm drawn to this guy or this sister, but man, I really like this person. You know, it's something about this person, right? They're gonna start talking about y'all like that. Right? Romans 2:7. To them who are by patience, right? Continuance in well doing, seek for glory, right? And honor and immorality, eternal life. That's why we supposed to be doing it, right? Uh, to be joined back to those that created us. We don't want to keep going forever. Who knows where, you know, instead of returning to the ones who created us. 8. But unto them that are contentious, told y'all, you see that? That's the only enemy, y'all. Contentious. That's the only enemy, y'all. Shut up, man. You hear me talking here? Don't come in here and do this. Shut up. Don't talk back to me. Why did you guys leave this door open? Hurry up. Come on, y'all. Y'all know how to act when I'm talking to the iron. Don't come in here with all of this noise, right? My fault, y'all. A little distraction real quick. We was at verse 8. But unto them that are contentious. That's our only enemy, y'all. Contention, fighting, right? A lot comes with that. A lot comes with that. It's not just a fight. Nah, that's a lot of evil spirits wound up in that, right? It's very spiritual. A lot happens in the spiritual in order for you to have a fight, right? That's our enemy, y'all. Contention. And do not obey the truth, but obey unrighteousness, indignation, and wrath. That's what you're obeying. And that might as well be the 9 on the other side, right? These different attributes, right? Verse 9, tribulation and anguish upon every soul of man that doeth evil, of the Jew first, and also of the Gentile. There it is. Jew first, y'all. The Jew is always first. He ain't only first when it's time to get something good. He gonna be first when it's time to get something bad, too. See that? Right? Verse 10. Okay? Romans 2 and 10. But glory, honor, and peace to every man that worketh good, also to the Jew first, and to the Gentile. Beautiful. Beautiful. What you deserve, that's what you got coming. So, with that said, what have you set yourself up to receive at this point? Right? Only you know what that answer is. Would you be satisfied with what you stood to receive right now, tonight, this moment? And if you say nay, what are you going to do about that? You're going to leave it like that? Or you're going to set it up to where you appreciate what you would have coming back? Because the Most High is not mocked. You will pull up to the spot where, okay, boom, we're here. It's going down right now. What did I do? Now that we're sealing this up, am I satisfied with what I'm sealing up, y'all? I know how that feels. And I'm going to leave that part out. Because just put it like this. It wasn't bad, y'all. What I turned into, right? What I turned the earth in, when I turned the earth in and met myself with on the eternal side, All I'm gonna say is I wasn't disappointed with it, right? I wasn't disappointed with it at all, right? And I'm gonna just leave it there because I don't think we're mature enough for that conversation right now. Maybe later we'll get into, you know, those aspects of what happened to me on that side. But I will tell you, those nine, fam, you all right. If you're doing your nine, yikes. Yikes, y'all. You're gonna be just fine. Oh, and guess what? Oh, your works are gonna be stacked, okay? And you're gonna be something powerful. And that's why I be telling y'all, do something crazy, right? Do something that you think ain't nobody in this earth alive right now done, right? It don't matter how far, how wide, you know ain't nobody done this particular thing that you just did, right? Do that thing, right? And there's opportunities all day, every day in these cities, all day, every day, right? Go help people, you know, because when that rests on your soul, it never leaves. It don't care if you drop your flesh or whatever, it stays with your spirit. It stays with your soul. Let's grab that one real quick. Let's veer from here, right? Right. That ain't the one I'm looking for. Bear with me 1 second. Found it. Right. Found it. It's Psalm 85 and 12. And it says, yea, the Lord shall give that which is good, and our land shall yield her increase. That's me and you, y'all. My fault, fam. Little gap there. Right, we were reading Psalm 85. Psalm 85 and 12 through 13. Yea, the Lord shall give that which is good, and our land shall yield her increase. We back in the vineyard. Are we back in the vineyard again? Right? That's talking about us reaping good fruit, having a good harvest, right? 13 is the one, though, right? And it says, righteousness shall go before him. And that's your righteousness going before you. That's why I came here, right? And shall set us in the way of his steps. Whose steps? Christ's. You are taking the path Christ took up out of here when you drop this flesh, right? But your righteousness are going to go before you. What does that mean? When you get there, your righteousness is already there, right? The people there already know how you get down, right? And that's what we're looking for, right? Coming off of Romans 2 and 10, right? That ended with, but glory, honor, and peace to every man that worketh good, right? To the Jew first and also to the Gentile. So don't rob a Gentile of it either, right? But here we are here. Your work go before you, you know? It beat you there. You gonna show up, you ain't gonna have to do no talking. Why? Because your righteousness went before you. That's happening in the earth. But guess what? When you drop this flesh, it's no different. It's already there. And there's stuff out there, and there's strong spirits out there. And when you drop this flesh, you feel the eyes on you, right? You feel the eyes on you, and you know what those eyes are feeling for you, okay? And you know one of those eyes, one of those pairs of eyes looking at you is the Most High. You feel that too, right? But you feel some other spirits out there looking at you, and seeing you in a way like you can't hide, fam. If you covered yourself up with something, it wouldn't hide you. Like everything is just, and that's what I understand even as I am back. And I know what makes you look good there is, guess what? That's why I came back talking about that, right? But we 2 hours in. Y'all knocked out? How y'all doing? We sleep or what? We should shut it down. Want to shut it down right now? Or y'all want to read another precept, right? Let me know what y'all want to do. A war is in the building, right? The Most High is not mocked, fam. And when he say your righteousness will go before you, oh man, it don't matter who see it, don't see it. In due time, oh, you ain't gonna be ready for it. You're not gonna be ready for it. You're gonna work and work and work and work, and it's gonna feel like nothing's coming out of it. And then it's like you all of a sudden you ain't gonna be able to escape it. Everywhere you turn, they're gonna be saying your name, right? And giving you praise for something, you know? Yes, yes, yes. That's your righteousness going before you. And that's a promise that the Father makes, right? Let's get it on the negative side one time. Proverbs 6 and 14 says, right? If you want to spin your book there, Proverbs 6 and 14, it tells us frowardness is in his heart. What is that? Froward. Dirty, right? Yes, yes, yes. Okay? And difficulty, you know? Hard to deal with, you know? Matter of factly and contrarily. Not matter of factly, but contrarily, right? It's all about the opposite for him, right? He don't even care what he's standing on, long as he's standing on something different than what you're standing on, you know? Long as I can jump on the other side of the line and go against you. That's forward. You know what I'm saying? You know? To break away from. He don't want to be in cahoots with you. He don't want to be a friend. He would rather be an enemy. He don't even care why he's being an enemy, long as he's being an enemy, right? Frowardness, y'all. That's what's in his heart. You see these people like this, and it's like, man, what are you even talking about? You just wanted to disagree and just he got this look all the time. Yeah, and this and that, and blah blah, and then blah, 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 right? And everything is what? What the other ones say? Contention. What is that? The opposite of being easily entreated. You know, that's being a troublemaker. There is no real trouble, but guess what? He's going to create the trouble so that it could be some, right? That's the heart of an enemy. He deviseth mischief continually, right? What is it to devise, right? It's kind of the same thing as it is to advise, right? He devises, right? So when he gives advice, it's negative, right? You was like you was better off without his help, right? It's his intentions, right? It's his intention. It's the system that he work off of, his procedure. It's the way he gets down, right? So he tells you, well, when I'm in that situation, I do this. And it's like what he's telling you, it's actually going to make your situation worse, right? He deviseth what? Mischief. What is mischief? It's evil, fam. It's bad behavior, right? It's obnoxiousness. It's all that, you know? It's audacity, right? All of that. Misbehaving, okay? You know, misconduct and disobedience. He devised that continually. He never stops. Every time you see him talking, he's doing that, right? What else he do? He sows discord. So people that wasn't even fighting, they're fighting now. And the Most High got something for him, right? The Most High got something for him. Let's go to Job 15 and 31 and get that. Job 15 and 31. And that says, let him, right? Let not him that is deceived trust in vanity, right? For vanity shall be his recompense. So if it ain't about nothing and you get into it, you ain't getting nothing out of it, right? When it's time to reap and when it's time to cash in and you desperate and you like, please, anybody, can somebody, right? When your neck is on the chopping block and it's like, they're going to look around, they're going to ask the committee, anybody want to save it? And then that's the moment that you're stuck in where you like, please, anybody. Nobody got nothing good to say about me, right? And everybody is just like, I don't know, buddy. I can't say nothing good, right? No, you cannot be saved, okay? For vanity shall be his recompense. That shall, what's recompense? It's a payment, right? It's what you are owed. It's what you got coming. Huh? Luke 16 and 25. Next. That's where we're going next. But, hey, that's another way that you're going to reap what you sow. Ain't it? Yes, yes, yes. If you wasn't shedding light in your life, don't look for a way about the darkness when you lose your flesh, right? Job 15 and 31 says, let not him that deceiveth trust in vanity, for vanity shall be his recompense, y'all. What is vanity? Vanity is coming from the word vain. What is vain? Vain means for nothing, for no good reason, worthless, okay? If you sow vanity, you're going to reap vanity, so to speak, right? Now let's get this Luke 16 and 25. It says, but Abraham said, son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receiveth thy good things, right? Talking to the rich man at the Gulf, right? And likewise, Lazarus, evil things. Lazarus was the poor man, right? His life was rough, right? Uh, Going back to what was going on when we read Job, right? Remember we was talking about Job and how he couldn't see what was going on the other side after they both died. He's like, man, I see the righteous and the wicked both dying. And he's thinking that they're receiving the same fate, right? Well, here's his correction right here in this Luke 16, because they're on that other side, right? And Abraham said, son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receiveth thy good things. Remember you was rich, right? And likewise, Lazarus, evil things. Lazarus used to be outside his gate. Where? Laying on the ground, laying on the floor. Like I told you, them people we going to go get, right? They, you collapse on the public street just like, you done had enough of this life. Everything you have tried have failed, and you still winded up with nothing, right? And that's how Lazarus used to be out at the rich man's front gate, right? And man, he didn't have nothing for him. Now, they're in the center of the earth, right? And the great Gulf fixed. And you know, Abraham is telling the rich man, hey man, when you was up there living, you was living it up, man. And you know, likewise, Lazarus, he had evil things, right? Reading on. But now he is comforted, guys. But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented. So see, it breaks up. Yeah, it looks the same from this side, right? The righteous and the wicked both die. But when you get on that other side, they ain't dying the same, okay? They're not reaping the same fate, right? James 1 and 22. We're going to next. James 1 and 22. I need to break down, y'all, but I can't stop. I just can't stop. We just going to keep on getting it. Oh, this is getting good. James 1 and 22. And it says, but be ye doers of the word, right? Do the word, my people. Let's not just sit here and have these conversations to pass time, right? Really go do this stuff, y'all. Go out there and exercise your nine, okay? Let your divine nine shine, okay? But be ye doers of the word. Go do it. And not just hearers only, right? Always we just talking about it, right? I'm getting busy out there, fam. I don't just pop up to this camera and just talk this, y'all. I'm getting it in, okay? And you know, I know what I could do, you know. I know what I got to do to make it, you know. I know how I made it before. I know how to maintain that. But it's like I'm going like even harder than that now. Right? You know, it's crazy, y'all. It's just who I am. It's not even work. It's not hard. It ain't nothing. Right? I don't care about anything. Everything goes. Everything goes. And before I could spin around, it's back. So I know what, you know, what he has me on. I know what he has us on, y'all. Give your stuff away. That's how you prove something to the Most High. You know, give your stuff away. It ain't only your stuff, that's physical too. Put yourself in situations to suffer, y'all. Go to work. Go to work, right? And then don't get paid. Right? Do stuff that ain't no paycheck in. You know? Find somebody that's, you know, in trouble and help them. You know? I want to catch an oil spill or something, or a paint spill, right? You ever try to clean up some paint? It looked like a little bit, but the more you use that water and try to get it up, the more it just keeps turning into whatever color the paint is, right? You know, go hard, you know? Fruit, that's fruit. Why? Because in that, you're exercising what? Love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. So when it's the real deal, right? When it's the real deal, who cares? Oh, this ain't nothing. I do this all the time, right? You zoom, right? And you train yourself to be like that all the time. I do this for nothing. I do this when this ain't even no problem, right? That's how you gonna be feeling. So when it's time to really get busy, oh man, you ain't tripping, right? That's being the doer of the word and not just a hearer only. How does that end? Deceiving your own selves. You deceived yourself. Who did you deceive? Somebody else? No, you deceived you. Because it was always a whole bunch of talking, 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 no doing, right? But that talking, it does enter your soul, and you be feeling more advanced than you are. What happens? One day, it's really time to do it, and you ain't even did nothing. You barely getting started, and guess what? Oh man, I think I'm about to quit, right? Oh man, let me wipe my sweat, right? Oh man, oh, my arm hurt. Wait a minute. Let me try to use this arm for a minute. Then that arm start hurting, right? Oh man, I think I'm about to have to quit this. Hold up. I gotta stop for a minute. You back up, you catch a breather real quick, and you rub your sore arms, and you just like, man, I thought it was easier than this. No, you just been doing a whole bunch of talking, right? Yeah. You ain't as trained as you think. But see, with practice comes what? Perfection. Every time you do it, you're going to be able to go longer before those arms hurt, right? Now, with experience, you jump in there and it's just like, you're knocking it down. Right? Right? And now you're going to see the people in that task with you, you're gonna catch them look at you at the corner of their stuff like that. Like, man, that brother over there, right? He was dang near about to put me to shame, right? Ha ha. Right? Yeah. That's what it's about, y'all. Right? First John 3 and 7. Let's get one more. First John 3 and 7. If you want to get there in your book, right? Little children, let no man deceive you. Don't let nobody trick you, right? He that doeth righteousness is righteous, even as he is righteous, right? If a man do righteous, he is righteous, right? Even as he is righteous. So, what does that mean? That means even a righteous man, he's only righteous while he's doing what is righteous. If he stopped doing what is righteous, he ain't no righteous man no more. And if he's a righteous man on vacation, then he's a righteous man on vacation. Yeah, you're righteous, but you're sitting down right now. Your ankles is crossed right now, buddy. Right? You ain't gonna be able to ride too long off of last week, buddy. You're gonna have to eventually, you're gonna have to get up and get busy today, this week, right? you know? Yeah. That pass you riding on, you ain't gonna be able to ride on that too long. And that's me right there. I need to give y'all some music, y'all. Like right now, okay? Break time is over, man. I ain't gave y'all nothing since early 2023 or so, right? We pushing like 3 years, y'all. I need to give y'all some music. I need to get back to what y'all really know me for, right? But yeah, I've been ravished, y'all. I've been ravished to my core. July 21st of 2023, y'all. I had to learn that stuff all over again. I didn't even know how to rap, right? I don't even know how to do it no more, right? But I've been practicing a lot, and I got beats, and I've been writing, and I've been doing little things, right? I just need to hit the record button, and you know, uh, yeah, we're gonna get to it. I got Peasy and Ari. I got Brunity. I got Ayalawan. He sent us a joint. I got our trip. You know, uh, got quite a few. Got quite a few joints. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it because I got some stuff to. Y'all ain't even looking for them. Y'all ain't even looking for them to come with it. Y'all ain't heard us together in a long time. So I'm gonna leave a lot of those kind of joints silent, right? But oh yeah, we about to get back to it. I said one more, huh? That was supposed to have been the last one. Let's get another one. Let's get another one. Right? Obadiah 3. Obadiah 3 and 3. Right? Let's see where that's going to steer us in. Right? We're going to get off of here in a minute, y'all. We're going to get off in a minute. Right? Obadiah 3 and 3 says, the pride of thine heart has deceived you, thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock. Right? Whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Right? Yikes. The Most High gonna bring your butt down. That's who. Right? The pride of thine heart has deceived thee. It's talking about Esau, but when you read that, do you feel disconnected from that? Knowing that you too have pride in your heart? Could it be deceiving you? You see that? It's deceiving you too. It's deceiving you so bad that you think it's only talking to Esau. No, it's talking to you too. You got pride in your heart. The Father don't like it. We've been reading that, right? Tonight, if you're just getting in here, bump the needle back a little bit, right? It's talking about the prideful, right? The pride of thine heart have deceived thee. That goes for all men. That goes for all men dealing with pride. And what's going to happen? Thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock. That's dwelling in the mountain. That's a mountain, right? The cleft of the rock. That's the Caucasoid Mountains. He getting down on Esau in this verse. But guess what? The same thing that made him mad at Esau will make him mad at anybody else too. Don't play with the Most High, right? Why? This is spiritual. Is pride one of the 9? No, it's not. So it'll still get you in trouble, right? You're sinning. Definitely. Okay? How could somebody be prideful without showing it? No, it's something that you're doing in your life and throughout your day. If somebody could look at you and say, man, he's dealing with some pride. Guess what? You have some feelings in your body that are defiling your very soul, right? Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yes, you do. Right? Thou that dwelleth in the cleft of the rock, this says, but man, wherever you're dwelling at, right? If the pride of your heart is deceiving you, tricking you, right? Whose inhabitation is high. Your habitation is high too, because you're prideful. You way up here, right? You better not do this to me. You better not say that to me, right? You better not play with me, right? You better not anger me or I'm going to make you feel it, right? You better not treat me like I'm low as you or I'm going to show you how much lower than me you actually are, buddy. Don't play with me, right? You're saying you're saying don't play with me. But this book is like, don't play with the most high, right? Huh, right? You know, that saith in his heart. What is he saying in his heart? Who shall bring me down to the ground? Yikes. You will find out, right? Let's get another one. Galatians 6 and 3. Galatians 6 and 3, we're going to go next, right? The Most High is not mocked. He ain't going to come. He ain't going to pull up right up on you. But when he do pull up, how long is your tab going to be? Is it going to be this long or that long, right? Or is it going this way, up? Good works. Because guess what? I'm coming and my reward is with me, said Christ. Oh, he going to have it right there. You know, we going to shoot up out of here and we going to meet him in the air. And when we meet him in the air, he going to have the reward there. And then we going to come back down. So when we come back down to the earth to subdue the earth, you're going to have your reward already. I'm coming and my reward is with me, he says, right? Ready to pay to every man according to his works. So you're coming back in your own glory next to Christ. Christ's going to be in his glory. You're going to be in yours. Oh, we got to get that one, right? We're going to have to talk about that. We're going to have to sit down, family. We need to talk, okay? We're going to have to sit down and have that conversation, right? Because you have a body and it's similar to Christ's, okay? We've never gotten that. There's a plethora of precepts, a string of precepts that I would like to take us on a route through, right? Well, let's get this Galatians 6 and 3, and it says, for if a man think himself to be something, when he is nothing, he deceive himself, right? He's going to beef himself up, and it's going to fail him, right? If he was me and he did that, then y'all wouldn't have seen none of this stuff that y'all been seeing come true since last year. You wouldn't have saw that, right? You wouldn't have seen it. I would have went down, right? And I pray the Father keep that up, right? In no way am I speaking prideful, Father. Please don't punish your son. Right? We just reading your word, Father. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing it, Father, how you've been doing it, because they listening. They saying, wait a minute. I thought he was crazy before, but wait a minute. What you say happened? What? What's going on? What did? Oh, he did say that. Man, that's exactly how it. It ain't just happening. It's happening exactly the way he said it was going to happen in less than a year. In less than a year, right? So hey, James 1 and 26. Let's get that James 1 and 26. Right? James 1 and 26 says, If any man among you seem to be religious, right? That word should be a worshipper. We don't do religion, we do worship, right? We worship the Most High. Religion worships a congregation, more like. It's earth based, right? And it's a trick. If you look up religion, you'll see that it's a trick. It's a facade. It's right. It's fake, y'all. If any man among you seem to be a worshipper and bridleth not his tongue, but deceiveth his own heart, this man's worship is vain. So, if any man among you seem to be a tight, a good servant, right, for the Most High, and bridle not his tongue, that's to curve his tongue, right? That's to have a limit in the boundary. That's to know how to hold himself back, right? Like I be telling y'all, man, I be ready to go into some things that wouldn't be good to tell you. You guys have seen me pull back. Nah, I'm not gonna give y'all that yet, right? I did it tonight, matter of fact, right? That's bridling, you know? To bridle is to guide, you know. It guides a ship, right? To bridle his tongue. That's what's making a boat go where you want it to go. It's a tongue, and you bridle it, right? You're going across the water, and you look up, and it's a big old rock sticking up out the water, right? You know you gotta curve that thing, right? And that's what we do. We're conversating. We know we're headed somewhere that's similar to a ship heading toward that rock, and we'll veer away from that. Hold on, let me not say that, right? Guess what? It's a lot of men that don't know how to do that. They come and foul, right? And they say whatever. I'll pay whatever consequence later. Okay? Now, don't let me uh not separate when truth jump on you. Shout out to Stevie Diamond. You didn't say nothing wrong today, brother. So don't let me make this sound like it's talking about you. Shout out to Maestro, what you're doing. Don't accredit yourself to this, right? You guys need to be talking about what y'all are talking about, right? That's truth, which you cannot control. You can't control truth. She's gonna come flying out, and you feel it too, because it feels good. And it don't feel like nothing that you're gonna regret. This here is talking about, man, you regret this. You don't regret truth, right? If they put us down, we ain't gonna regret this truth, right? Yes, yes, yes. This is talking about somebody, man. He can't shut his mouth, and he feels it, and it does no good, and nobody gets edified, and it sends a trail of people out there hellbound, right? You know, and bridle not his tongue. That means, boom, he gonna run his ship into that rock, right? Guess what? That sharp rock in the bottom of that sharp rock, here's your boat going over that. You didn't tow the whole bottom of your boat off. And then who's going to help you? You in the middle of the ocean, Titanic, okay? You are Jack and Mary, okay? It's going down, literally, okay? You sinking, buddy, because you didn't know how to swerve that rock. You didn't know how to bridle the tongue. Now you're wrecked and you're sinking. Oh, who is that? You should have shut up, buddy. You should have kept your mouth closed, okay? If you on a wreck ship that's sinking and everybody is jumping off of it, right? Which I see a lot of people jumping off your ship. And I see some others who are still playing while the shit go down. Right? Oh, they not gonna put their violin down. Right? I'm gonna just play. We just gonna keep on playing. Matter of fact, right? And everybody is running. You're right. You saw the Titanic. And then they gonna realize what's going on. And then the music gonna change. Right? The song gonna change. When she about going down, that song gonna change. Right? Praise the Most High, though. You know, I look at that and I love that. Every man gotta have his soldiers, right? Man, those who gonna stick with him, win, lose, or draw, ain't it? I've been hearing them say that too. But hey, right? But deceiveth his own heart. This man's worship is vain, it's for nothing. What is that? That's our chapter. It shall profit him nothing. Right? But if I have not charity, I am nothing. It's all that. His worship is in vain. What else is that? Depart from me. I never knew you. Ye did work iniquity. It's that. What else is it? It's Lord, Lord. Why callest thou me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say? Right? It's all of that. Con? Got blood on your hands and everything. Let's get one more, y'all. For real this time. Let's get one more. Hold on before I say one more. Okay, two more. Let's get two more, y'all. 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and 18. Okay. 1 Corinthians chapter 13. No. Salakia. 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and 18 says, let no man deceive himself. Don't trick yourself, okay? If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise. That's talking about all y'all who think wisdom is something else outside of this. Woo! Now I see why mama wanted me to do this like this tonight. That's for all y'all who heard what I said and you still keep talking about wisdom ain't these 9. You still talking like wisdom is knowledge. Wisdom is not knowledge. Wisdom is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, and temperance. Okay? That's what wise is. These. Okay? Let no man trick himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him forget all of that and learn what his brother is talking about in these very last days, right? That he may be wise. We're finding out what wise is now. Okay? It's not knowledge, it's the Holy Spirit. Okay? She is wisdom. She is the Kakamawa. She is the nine fruits. She is the comforter, right? She is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, and temperance. Okay? She is the spirit of truth. All of that is her. Okay? That's what wisdom is. You know? It's the mind, period. It's the mind, y'all. It's everything that your mind is capable of. That's why when you see anybody performing anything in a nice way, you say, man, he's wise. He knows things, right? All right, last one, y'all. Job 13 and 8 through 9. That's where we're going next. We're going to get up out of here. Man, I can't let y'all go. Man, we could keep doing this. I got them drawn out, y'all. Let me break this off. I'm going to break this off. I'm going to come back. And whenever we just chilling, I'm going to come here and read some more of this. You know, because that's what I did. I didn't have really no main plans tonight. I just wanted to come in here, chop it up. You know, better to do it than not. Right? Okay, let's get this Job 13 and 8. Will ye accept his person? Accept whose person? Will ye contend for God? Is it good that he should search you out? Ooh, search me. Or as one man mocketh another, do ye so mock him? Mm-mm-mm. That scared me. That got me trembling, right? Don't play with him. He will not be mocked, right? Job 13 and 8. One more again. Will ye accept his person? Will you accept who the Most High is? Ask yourself that, right? Because you might have an enemy. Guess what? The Most High could be more fonder of your enemy. And you going up against him and he about to clobber you. If that was the Most High's will, could you still love the Most High? I could. I was ready to lose any fight. I was ready to lose for the sake of the Most High. I would still serve my Father. I would still fall at his feet, you know? And being that he knows that about me, guess what? He's not going to let me lose. Because he knows I don't care if I win or lose. I'm going to love him regardless, right? If he created me to lose, then I'm gonna be the creation that loves all the good that he gave me. So what? He made me to lose, but guess what? I love how oxygen tastes. I love how water tastes. I ate good meals. I made a family. I made a lot of friends, right? Oh man, he gave me so much that man, he could take whatever he wants, you know? He can have back whatever he needs. You know? Oh, he choose my enemy. I love him and my enemy. I love them both. Right? Praise the Most High for the both of you. You know? Let me know if that's too grown for you. Let me know in the comments. Right? Will ye accept his person? Will you accept the Most High and all that his desires are as your creator. Okay? Will ye contend with him? Will you contend for him? Will you fight for him? Yeah, I'll fight for him. Right? Because he chose my enemy, right? On top of him choosing your enemy, he's asking, will you fight for him? What would you have to do? Make peace with your enemy, huh? And join. If the Most High is with my enemy, I'm going to repent and I'm going to go, he ain't going to be my enemy no more, right? All of these guys who hate me, if they was over here talking what I'm talking and I was in their shoe, if my shoe was in their foot, they would see me. Okay? I will pull up front and center, front row. Yes, sir. Right? Brother Bronze, good to see you. Right? You had a problem with me. You had a problem with me, didn't you? No. No, sir, I did not. Right? Why not? Because the Most High is with you, sir. You know? And I don't want to be on the wrong team, sir. You have spoken well. You have spoken well, sir. Thank you, sir. Right? Lieutenant General, whatever your title is, I'm filing in. And that's how I was for many years, because I thought the Most High was residing over the people I saw guiding a lot of people. But guess what? The Most High pulled me to the side and was like, get out of there. Right? And here we are. Ain't it? Job 13:9. Is it good that he should search you out? Oh, man. So, that's what it's telling you. Will you accept the Most High? And if the answer is no, then it's saying, will ye contend with him? Oh, you don't accept him. Oh, so you wanna go toe to toe with him, huh? You wanna butt heads with him then? And if that answer is yes, then the next question is it good that he search you out? Is it good that he look into your soul and see that it's worth, see what it's worth and call it? Okay? Drop your flesh and call your spirit in, and let's see. Let's examine this spirit, right? See what this spirit is worth, right? He got you out there, somewhere just spinning you around, twirling you around, right? Checking your spirit out with a magnifying glass, right? Let's search you out. Let's see what you really worth. Let's see what kind of soldier is really in there. And you can really prove yourself. That's how Jacob became Israel, right? He fought with an angel and overcame him, right? And it gave us a limp. Every one of his sons walk with that limp. Okay? If you see somebody halting on one leg, every time he get to that foot, he walking with a rhythm. That's an Israelite, y'all. Right? And guess what? If they're not an Israelite, they try to duplicate it and it don't look right. Right? You ever seen them try to mimic how we walk? They cannot get it for nothing in the world. Right? They're going to be off. They're going to be off in their step. They can't even imitate it, right? Is it good that he should search you out? Or as one man mocketh another, right? He's telling you, you ain't talking to no other man. You ain't butting heads with somebody in the earth somewhere. You talking to the Most High, right? You better pull your bootstraps up, right? Do ye so mock him? Or are you making fun of his words? Are you teasing his words? Are you teasing him? Oh man, we don't want to do that, fam. Oh man, that's a painful end. Okay? Naomi Rising, Shalom. Right? You barely getting in, right? Where you at? What time is it there? Because I know it's a weird hour about everywhere right now, right? It's time to get off, baby. We getting off right now. First Corinthians chapter 13. And it says, I know some of y'all sleep. If I could hear y'all right now and tap into y'all, we hear. I know some of y'all snoring out there. I remember that used to happen on a call line. Unmute y'all, somebody be snoring. I fell asleep one time. I was so tired. I was knocked out. I woke up. I think everybody was gone. But yeah, I did do that one time in my life. I know how that feels. Uh, 1 Corinthians chapter 13 from the top. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, and have not charity, I am become a sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. 2. And though I have the gift of prophecy, right? And understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith, so that I could remove mountains, and have not charity, I am nothing. 3. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing. Right? This is all of the stuff we gonna flunk if we do everything wrong that we were just talking about tonight. There's a good side, there's a bad side. We're summing it all up right here, right? Verse 4. Charity suffers long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up. 5. Does not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil. 6. Rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth. 7. Beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things. Right? 8. Charity never fails, but whether there is prophecies, they shall fail. Whether there is tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. 9. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. Right? But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. 12. For now we see through a glass, darkly, but then face to face. Right? But then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know, as even also I am known. Right? But now, but now I know in part, right? But then shall I know as even also I am known. 12. And now abideth faith, hope, and charity. These three. But the greatest of these is charity. Shalom fam, I love each and every last one of y'all so much. And I cannot wait until we make it before this screen for another conversation, right? Until then, y'all be blessed, right? Exercise your divine nine and get them in line. And let's hurry up and flip this earth over in the name of Mama, right? All praise, honor, and glory to the Most Higher. Yasha, Kakamawa. Shalom. Yes. Yikes. Ain't it? Kapow. Y'all said that's a realm, y'all. That's a pocket in space. And guess where it's located? Beneath the Most High's feet. The Most High stands on that, right? That is a perfect work of sapphire, as onto a sapphire stone is what that is. What you're looking at right there, right? Oh, if you see that, if you should lose your flesh and you go drifting into that, let me tell you, right? Exodus 24:10. Let's go there. Let me stop a moment real quick and just give it up to the realm, y'all. Let me just show you that reward one time. And they saw, and who saw? Me and all of them other souls that was in that place, right? Let me see if I could do something. I'm going to just, and they saw, and who saw? All these souls right here. That's made up of souls. Those lights. The further you come out of it by yourself, you turn blue. But the deeper you go in there, that cluster right there in the middle where it's bright, that's still us making that solidness. Oh, when we come together, we shine like that. See, as we come out, we turn blue. And then we go all the way out. What about the dark areas right here? We're still there, right? That's just a tint or a reflection that we give off. But it souls all throughout that. And then it goes to where you can easily see that there are dots there, right? There's dots. Each of one of them dots is a soul, family. Who made it here? Through love. And they saw the God of Israel. I bet he pops down, because he's right up here. Up there, the next thing you hit is going to be the Most High's realm where he lives, where the Holy Spirit is. Right? Where Christ is, where they sit on thrones, right? Surrounded by angels. That's where they are up there. Right? Yes. Right? And they saw the God of Israel. And there was under his feet, where? Under his arm. Under his feet, as it were a paved work. Where is that at? Kapow. He called that a paved work, right? As a paved work of a sapphire stone. Y'all. That blue, that sapphire. Let's grab us a sapphire stone. Drop it in there too. Grab us a sapphire stone. Oh, there's one. Tell me this don't look like that. Oh my goodness. Check this out. Kapow. Y'all see that? Don't that look like this? You see that white right there? You see that shine that's giving off? What about this part? This light blue. It's right here. You see all that light blue through there? As it gives off the different dimensions that it's showing you from, it turns a lighter blue, right? It turns from a lighter blue all the way to what? It gets dark. What's that dark blue? That dark blue, it's all out here, right? What about that dark stuff? Look at this. That it's almost like a navy blue, right? It looks black, right? You can mistake that for black there. You see that? What is that? That's all this out here. So all that out there, right? This is like the work of a what? A sapphire stone, y'all. We are not supposed to be talking about this right now. We are not supposed to be talking about this right now, man. Do you see what the Most High did for us in these last days? Right? What it say? And there was under his feet, as it were a paved work of a sapphire stone. Huh? As it were the body of heaven. Is wait, where are we? As it were the body of heaven. The body, they're people. They're people. Huh? As it were the body of heaven. In his clearness, he revealed this. He's being clear in his clearness. It's a blessing that he grants this, right? This is in his clearness. He's done playing game when he shows you this. When he shows you that, right? As the work of a what? Sapphire stone. He's being what? Totally clear, right? He's revealed so much to you. This is not supposed to be in the earth. We are not supposed to be talking about this. We're supposed to be looking at this scripture, wondering what in the heaven is this talking about, right? What would y'all think? What would we think? That's why you ain't never seen nobody bring this out. We don't know what this is. We do now. All praises to the Most High, whose name is a high, right? Glory be unto him.